to calculate numbers in Excel, simple numbers, multiplying, adding, whatever. Basically, say if you know how to build computers and someone wants you to price out a computer, like, okay, how much would it cost to build? You gotta know how much your parts are gonna cost. You gotta know how much your tax is gonna be, how much you're gonna charge for labor, and then the grand total, so you can give that person a quote. I do that a lot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open Excel. And we're going to have two columns here. We're going to expand these out to 20, roughly 3. So for a computer, you need a motherboard, a processor, RAM, maybe a video card, DVD burner, because that's really all you can buy these days, power supply, a case. Okay. So it's 7 basic things. Well, video card you don't really need, but you need all this here and the hard drive. So let's say first what we're going to do is let me save this real quick, and we'll just save this as price, add. Okay, let's say motherboard is going to run about 50 bucks. Well, you see this, how it's just 50? What you want to do is click the letter so it highlights the entire thing. I'm going to go all the way to Format. Actually, if you have an older version of Office, it'll be up at the top up here. But I got Format, and I want to do Format Cells, which is way down here. This box will come up. This will look like, this looks the same in every version of Office I've ever used. And what you want to do is you want to click on currency. This 2 decimal places here is these 2 here. Whatever's on the right side of the period. So we'll just choose the first one. That's the normal one. Now you got $50. So you got a motherboard that's about 50. The CPU might run you 100. RAM might run you about 75. A video card might run you about 150. The DVD burner about 25. Power supply, a good one. A case and a hard drive will go $45. Okay, so here's all the part costs. So what you want to do now is you want to get yourselves a subtotal, which is a total of all these numbers. You need to find out the tax if you're buying this, at a store, and so then you have the parts total here. After that, you'll add in your labor and your shipping if you're going to ship it to somebody, and then it'll be their grand total of how much you would charge somebody. So what you want to do as a subtotal is we want to get all of these numbers together. So what you want to do is, in this box, you want to do the equals sign and an open parenthesis. Let me rephrase. You want to do equals sum open parenthesis. Drag your mouse from the top to the bottom and let go, so that it should look like, something like that. And just hit enter. And there is your subtotal, and we can bold it. So there's your subtotal. Now if you know your tax, how much tax is in your wherever you live, what you do is you take the block that you want the tax of, and this block here is what we want the tax of, which is B9. So I'm going to do equals parenthesis B9, and you'll see that this box up here went to blue. And we're going to do times, which is an asterisk, point, and whatever your tax is. Ours is 8.25%, but it has to be in hundredths. Close the parenthesis, hit enter. And this is how much tax we're going to be paying if the parts cost $570 in Texas. So now the parts total, basically what we do is you'd add the subtotal to the tax, which is equals sum parenthesis again, which is that and that, hit enter. So it's going to cost you $617.03 if you were to walk into this store, pick all these parts, and walk out. So that's how much it would cost you basically to build yourself a computer, roughly, without all the little extras like, you know, if you need processor grease, any extra screws you might need, you know, stuff like that, keyboard, mouse. You know, let's just say for the sake of argument, the keyboard and the mouse came with the case as a bundle. Also, if you change any of these numbers will automatically change. So let's say we find a motherboard that we want as $150. Automatically the subtotal changed, the tax changed, and the parts total changed because we used formulas. Without a calculator, it calculates itself. So now let's say we have our parts here, and let's say you're going to charge them $100 to build a computer. That's your cost for labor. Now let's say you got to ship them the computer. Well, a regular computer without a video card is probably going to cost about $45. With the video card, it might cost about $55. Let's say we're using 3-day US mail. $55. So their grand total is going to be this parts total plus your labor plus your shipping. So we're going to do equals sum again. Sum is for adding, of course. We're just going to drag the mouse and hit enter. And that's how much you would bill whoever it is for building their computer. And this can go for any kind of thing you're doing. It doesn't have to be pricing out parts. It can be just adding your bills up. You know, if you have all your bills and you want to see how much it's costing you a month, or, you know, any numbers that you need to add and you want to see it, the numbers along with what it is, you know, because just a calculator is just going to show you numbers. If you want to use something to where you can see the words and the numbers together and how much it's going to cost, you can do something like this. So some of the simple things also, if you want to see how much it's going to cost, if they do payments, say they want to do 3 months of payments, you would take this and just divide it by 3. So you could do equals, and then the block, this block here is block B15, so you would equal B15. Well, we need to do the parenthesis. Always do the parenthesis. So we got B15 divided by 3. So they would make monthly payments of $293.43 in 3 installments. That's what the formula looks like. So you got your add, your subtract, your multiply, your divide. So any of these can be used no matter what you want to do. So that's it. Thank you for watching this easy tutorial on how to use Microsoft Excel to add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers.